afternoon, good morning, good evening, everybody. It is Friday, February 28th, and you know what that means. I have no idea why I say November. It's time for the High Risk Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, being locked inside this once dastardly structure, Jeremy Pierce. It is time for the Elimination Chamber. Check out the socials, Charismatic Creations on Facebook and YouTube, Charismatic_Creations52 on Instagram, and of course the 215 on Twitter. And yes, tomorrow is the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. It is taking place in Toronto, and we're going to run down the card and have some fun with it, make our predictions, see where we are, how do we get here. But for now, you know what's next. So just go on and hit my music. All right, you know how we do it. These shows, you know, we got to take a look at last year's show. And the chamber last year took place in Perth, Australia. This took place at the Optus Stadium in Perth, Western Australia. And it was from what I remember, it was a good show. We had 5 matches, with one taking place on the pre-show. On the pre-show, we had the Kabuki Warriors defending the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships against Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell, with the Kabuki Warriors retaining. We had the Women's Elimination Chamber, with a woman getting a world title match at WrestleMania 40. Becky Lynch went on to defeat Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, Naomi, Raquel Rodriguez, and Tiffany Stratton. We had the Judgment Day team of Finn Balor and Damian Priest defeat Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, the New Catch Republic, retaining the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. We had Drew McIntyre defeat Bobby Lashley, Kevin Owens, LA Knight, Logan Paul, and Randy Orton to win his Elimination Chamber match. And this was for a World Heavyweight Championship match at WrestleMania. And lastly, Rhea Ripley defeated Nia Jax to retain the Women's World Championship. This was an absolutely fantastic show. Of course, it was going to be headlined by Rhea and Nia. Again, you ran a 4-match card, and the total time for your matches were 1 hour, a little over an hour and a half. I do not remember if this show was 3 hours. I need to go back and check, but an hour and a half? That's not good. But that was the show, and we move on to the 2025 show. This year's show will be taking place in Toronto, Canada, and just like they had Rhea Ripley being in her home country, we've got another legend on the card who is from Toronto, and there'll be none other than Trish Stratus. But let us dive into the matches we have on this card. So this is another 4-match card. There'll be nothing on the pre-show. WWE just decided to stop running matches on the pre-show. That's taking place at the Rogers Centre in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. And we've got 4 matches and a segment. So where do we start? Let's start with the tag match. So there's a tag match going down as it'll be Tiffany Stratton and the hometown hero Trish Stratus returning to take on Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. And this simply stems from Trish. It is her 25th year in the WWE. Can't believe it's been that long. And she's teaming up with Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton is essentially a face at this point, which is a little weird because she definitely seems better suited for a heel type role. But when you put her against someone who's very much hateable, and Tiffany's kind of popular, it happens. So she's teaming up with Trish to take on Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. And Candice and Nia are a pretty solid team. And it all comes down to, like I said, Trish's 25th year in the WWE. Pay-per-view taking place in her hometown. Nia still having heat with Tiffany Stratford. Tiffany cashing in her Money in the Bank on her. So it all boils down together. I expect this to be a very, very fun match, an entertaining match. I don't think it's going to main event. I'll get to that when we get to the main event match. But here's the thing. Can you have Trish Stratus lose? I don't think you can. But also, Charlotte Flair is waiting in the wings to constantly hit on Tiffany while she's down. And Charlotte already has beaten Trish. She's already beaten Nia. Which Charlotte really got on her way to get into Tiffany Stratton's way. That's tough to really answer. I don't think Charlotte's going to make an appearance. So with no Charlotte appearance, I do like Tiffany and Trish to win. Just to give the crowd a good moment, because that's what you do. You help each other out, and Trish and Tiffany are going to be very, very entertaining together. I definitely expect Nia and Candice to be a very, very formidable force. I don't know where we go next with Nia and Candice. Probably some random women's tag match at WrestleMania, but we're going to take Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus to win here. All right. Then we have the women's Elimination Chamber match, and the winner of this match gets a women's world championship match at WrestleMania. The winner of this match will be facing either Rhea Ripley or Io Sky. So what I see here is whoever wins here, it will dictate the winner of the Rhea Io match. You feel me? So in this Elimination Chamber match, we have Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, Bayley, Naomi, and Roxanne Perez. All right. So here's the thing with every single one of these ladies here in this match. They all have opportunity to win, and you can make a case for any of them to win this match. Right? There's the obvious history between Liv and Rhea Ripley, right? You have Roxanne Perez, who's clearly has one foot in NXT, one foot over the main roster, and seeing Roxanne versus anybody is just great booking here. Alexa Bliss is returning from injury, returning from maternity leave, and she's super popular, and with her involved, you can get the Wyatts involved. Bayley, Io could run it back from WrestleMania, and which was the best match on that night 2 card. Naomi can look for redemption and win another championship, and then obviously they've been holding out on this match because I don't even think they fought each other yet on the main roster. Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley. That's the money match. But with everything shaping up on WrestleMania, I don't think they go to that match for this year. Plus, I think Bianca and Naomi will be involved in whatever happened with Jade Cargill. So, if they're going to be involved with Jade at WrestleMania, you kind of have to knock them two out of the match. So, we're going to knock out Bianca. We're going to knock out Naomi. So, that leaves Liv, Alexa, Bayley, and Roxanne. I don't think Bayley's going to have a match at WrestleMania, because I think Bayley will be facing Roxanne Perez. Actually, you know what? I think Bayley will have a match at WrestleMania. I don't think Bayley's fighting for the world championship at WrestleMania. I think she's fighting Roxanne Perez because they've been feuding. So that cancels them two out. That leaves Liv Morgan and Alexa Bliss. Liv Morgan just won the women's tag team championship with Raquel Rodriguez. I figure they've got to defend those championships at WrestleMania, right? Because I don't think they're going to lose them at this point. So, could she do double duty? Maybe. I don't see it happening. I think I just talked myself into Alexa Bliss winning the Elimination Chamber. With a normal process of elimination and just looking at the facts and the stories, I think I just talked myself into saying Alexa Bliss is going to win the Elimination Chamber. And I think Alexa Bliss is going to win the Elimination Chamber. That's wild. And it's not going to be a great match, but Alexa Bliss is going to win the Elimination Chamber. Wow. Yeah. Logically, it makes the most sense just because I don't see them running Liv and Rhea back, and they're not going to do Bianca versus Rhea yet. It's got to be Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss is going to win the Elimination Chamber. And we're going to leave it at that. It's going to be a fine match. There won't be, there won't be any blood. There will be some high spots. I think the high spot will probably come from Liv. So she's been running this crazy extreme gimmick. And probably Naomi. But I think Alexa Bliss is going to win the Elimination Chamber and face, then that's the good question, face Rhea or Io at WrestleMania. I don't know, but take Alexa Bliss. Yeah, I just did that. And then we have, screw it, let's go to the men's Elimination Chamber match. And the winner of this match gets a shot at the WWE Championship at WrestleMania 41. And featured in this match are John Cena, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul, Damian Priest, and Seth freaking Rollins. And you can make a case for everyone, for the most part, you can make a case for everyone here in some way, shape, or form to face Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. So let's just knock out who's not facing Cody at WrestleMania. Logan Paul, Damian Priest. Done. They're just out. So it comes down to John Cena, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, and Seth Rollins. Now, there's some history here, definitely with Punk, Drew, and Seth. You know what I mean? Drew beat Seth last year for the world title. Punk caused Drew to lose the world title. Drew and Punk went on to have a blood feud, which Punk won. I disagree with that decision. And round we go. I'm sorry to say that Logan Paul and Damian Priest are going to be afterthoughts here. Priest has no heat in here. He's in here to probably take a pin, even be the first one eliminated. That kind of sucks. Logan Paul started selling a little Punk, so there's heat there. But the winner of this match is facing Cody. And the winner of this match is going to honestly tie into whatever is going to go on with Cody and The Rock. We'll get to that after this. This is very, very tough to pick. Plus, you can make a strong case for Cena, Punk, Drew, and Seth. What I think is going to happen is somehow, some way, Punk and Seth are going to end up facing each other and somehow getting involved with Roman Reigns. I think that's just where everything is going to go with that. So we're going to cancel out Punk and Seth. So that leaves Drew and Cena. And there is heat there with Drew and Cody. But I could definitely prefer seeing them feud for the better part of a year after WrestleMania. So that just leaves the 16-time world champion who didn't have to have a qualifying match to get into the chamber. And that's John Cena. And at the end of the day, I, along with a lot of people, think John Cena is going to win and face Cody at WrestleMania. And I'm going to go with John Cena to win and face Cody at WrestleMania. Both chamber matches are hard to predict, but when you break it down with logic and reasoning, you can get your answer. And even though you can make a case for every man in this match, I think you just got to go with Cena because the story is the 17th World Championship. Now, the question is, Cena's winning the 17th World Championship this year. Will it be at WrestleMania? That's the only question. Because if Cena doesn't win, I can see a Punk Cody match. There's a lot of places they can go, but take John Cena to win here. And sticking with Cody Rhodes, The Rock on SmackDown as of last week came on, and when he announced that WrestleMania 42 will be taking place in New Orleans, but then he called out Cody. And he told Cody that, hey, you have been a great champion. You have been a champion of the people. But you did some things wrong, and that was mainly taking away me versus my cousin Roman at WrestleMania. You didn't have to be there. And they reconciled, but this is the final boss who was back. And he says to Cody, I want you to be my champion. I can elevate your career to higher heights and make anything possible for you. And you don't have to answer me now, because not only do I want you to be my champion, I want your soul. What is going on here with The Rock? Honestly, I think a little corporation is coming along. And I don't think The Rock is wrestling at WrestleMania, so he's got to get involved here. Question is, will The Rock get involved with the chamber match? Like, there's so many places you can go here. And The Rock told Cody, I want an answer from you at the Elimination Chamber. And that's what's going to go down. Question is, what will Cody do? I think Cody will decline The Rock. That's what I think is going to happen. So, that leaves our main event match. And that would be none other than the unsanctioned match between Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. This has to main event. It is very much that simple. This match has to... You don't just start a show with the unsanctioned match. You just don't do that. So what we have here are two men in their forever feud. All right, The Rock, KO and Sami Zayn. Now, the reason we are having this match is because, well, Sami did not help his friend. Sami did not help his friend win the WWE Championship at the Royal Rumble. If you know professional wrestling, if you study professional wrestling, you know that Sami and KO have a long and storied history with each other, and these two are the definition of fight forever and ever and ever and ever. And KO jumped Sami and gave him a package power driver and put Sami on the shelf. Sami's not medically cleared, and Sami's like, what did you want me to do, KO? I came out and checked on you. But KO forgave Sami for literally helping Roman Reigns, the man that tormented him. KO can't catch a break because he's not wrong in anything he said. You all have helped Roman Reigns get back in power. Mind you, Roman Reigns is barely on TV anymore. And yet, I'm the bad guy. No. That cannot be. This is a tough one to pick because it can go either way. But I'm taking Kevin Owens to win here because he needs a win. He has lost left and right, and Sammy's the kind of man who can recover from a loss. KO has to get a W here. He has to get a W here. This is going to be a crazy match. We might even get some blood here, but expect a lot to go down between these two friends. As in real life, they are the best of friends. So one more time, take Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus to defeat Nia Jax, Candice LeRae. Take Alexa Bliss to win the women's Elimination Chamber match. John Cena to win the men's Elimination Chamber match. Take Cody Rhodes to decline The Rock's offer, and take Kevin Owens to defeat Sami Zayn in the unsanctioned match. That thing's going to be crazy. But that is our show. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Look on the screen what we got coming up. March schedule will be coming out soon. Check out the socials, Charismatic Creations on Facebook and YouTube, Charismatic_Creations52 on Instagram, and of course the 215 on Twitter. I'll see you when I see you. Peace.